Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great day today as we are rolling up to the rate cut tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. So we have to go through this market, see what's going to be going on. There's a lot of beautiful setups, guys, and a ton of big poppers happening. So we need to get into it and see what is happening. First, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How are we tonight? And that's what our heat map looked like. Microsoft and NVIDIA were down a little. Google had been up. It was a little flat. Apple was up. Meta was up. Tesla's still kind of running up there. It was bouncing around all over the place. And Amazon definitely setting up right now. And this is what Tesla looked like at the moment. And it is running up a little in the after hours. So all kinds of options on that thing and all kinds of activity. So definitely one to keep your eye on. Of course, we've been watching Tesla, and I'll show you one that just started popping. SISI right here. Holy cow, this is going to be a popper in the morning there, Laptop Travel. So be sure to keep your eye on this one there, Laptop Travel. I saw this and that. I saw this earlier setting up with that 20 and 50 meeting up right there. And SISI looking good. It's like Shineco. Yeah, it's called Shineco. And that thing is shining right now. I can tell you that. So here we go, Robin, and let's see what's going on. And Robin scalped Tesla a few times today. So there you go. I like it. It's halfway to St. Patty's Green. You're not kidding right there. And there you are. So I like it, Robin. Look at you getting into the action now. I love it. So you just keep chugging along and you're doing great now. And I'll tell you which one is setting up again. RBNE, guys, check this bad boy out. This did buy a crypto. They got into the crypto and they had they had an offering or whatever it was. Yeah, $8.6 million. But I didn't even know they had 5 million in crypto. So they had two offerings right there for what? Almost $16 million right there, it looks like. And yeah, so I would assume that they are buying a bunch of crypto and a bunch of Bitcoin, I believe. So yeah, that chart, look at it, guys. If this thing starts curling up there tomorrow as these meet up, you're going to have a winner right here as well. And it looks like it should try to right there. And again, oil and gas as well, looking good. I know I've seen one, and we'll go through it tonight. I forget which one it was, but it was ripping along there. There was a few of them. So as a matter of fact, ExxonMobil and Oxy were both cruising up there today, as you can see. So, like we keep saying, oil and gas. Now we'll get to the other ones, and then we'll see what you're doing. And REBN, you're absolutely right. Laptop Travel. I like that post you had in the Discord. Scramble up the letters from RBNE, and you get REBN, Reborn Coffee. And I said, that looks like a good cup of coffee right there, because look at that bad boy. It's like a little further along than Robin. So our EBN is a little further along with a pretty similar setup right there. Check this, guys. RBNE. And look at that setup starting to happen. I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, talk about very similar right there. Holy cow. And so, yeah, our REBN, what the heck is it now? REBN, yeah, is Reborn Coffee, and it is jumping up, and RBNE is just getting set up. So there you go with them two. And I'm telling you guys, there's just so many of them right now getting set up as we go into the rate cut. And before we go through the market, I had something even more interesting to point out to you guys. We already know what's happening tomorrow. The Fed, the rates are getting cut. It should be a 0.25. As you can see, I mean, it's curling up to 100%. We'll look at it at 7 a.m., see if it's going to jump off the cliff. If it's going to, it does that morning. We already know that from the presidential election with the popular vote, and called that perfectly. So we'll know if it has that look, that's for sure. So we'll be looking at it at 7 a.m., but we definitely know that it looks like a 2.25. I don't think it's going to go curling down like that and jump up. It just doesn't look like it at the moment. I'm not saying it can't happen, but at the moment, I'm just telling you what it looks like. But here's the interesting thing, guys, and not only this is the rate getting cut tomorrow. We know that. Fast forward into October, because right now you have a 0.25 rate cut coming, because look at this thing. It's skyrocketing up, and none of these guys are going to be up there. There's your no change. There's your 0.50, and there's your plus, which would be insane. And anyway, so you have another one, and I think like Laptop Travel had mentioned on the small cap show the other day, it's not so much about the 0.25 right now. It's what Pal's going to say and how many rate cuts we have going into the rest of the year. And I can tell you right now, it looks like we're definitely getting one back to back September and October right there. So, and that's 2 days before Halloween, right? 30. Yeah. So that's right at the end of the month right there. So that's what I'm more curious about. How many rate cuts are coming up and how often they're going to be there. That's the important thing that we're wanting to hear tomorrow. And that's what's going to dictate the markets. The 0.25 is already priced in, guys. I can promise you. You can already see it. And that's why the markets have been just kind of sore. And everyone knows. And now everything got put on hold because it's like, now what is he going to say? Now it comes up to the rate cut. What is it going to really happen? And really fast forward what's happening in the future. So just wanted to show you guys that real quick because that's interesting. In October, it's already way up there for that 0.25 decrease BPS right there. So that's interesting. And our AYA is interesting. Just a little healthy pullback today, just sitting above the 20, and it could get really cruising up there tomorrow. And again, they had that NASDAQ delisting news, and I'm not sure if I don't think that they announced anything, but if they do announce that they got the all clear for it, that thing will curl right up and pop. So just definitely be keeping an eye on Raya right there, RAYA, and Oris, ORIS right here had a little bit of pullback. You can see a few cents. I thought it was actually going to spike up a little more in the morning, but it did, and it looks like a little healthy pullback. So you might want to keep an eye on it. We'll look at it tomorrow morning and just see if it is a little healthy, because if it is, that could be a good opportunity. You can see how it bounced down off that 20, and it's still in that channel. So definitely one I'll take a look at. And the ZPIX is setting up right here. It was moving along this today and not looking bad to try to bottom out. Look at it, trying to cross through that MACD right there and to get cruising. Your 20 is up a little bit, but these things are running like normal charts again. Remember, I used to say that. I should go back and pull the clips from when I used to show you guys that these charts were all messed up and nothing was normal. Now they're normal. You can see exactly what's going on. It's pretty easy. You remember when I was saying that before, it would be real easy and you could hit these poppers with no problem. Look what's going on here. It's crazy, guys. So I said that a while back ago, and during the last administration, and like I said, them charts couldn't even have ran like that another 4 years. The country would have just like fell apart. And anyway, we won't get into that, but EPIX, we'll get into this real soon because that's bottoming out and looking way better. And our open door was pulling back a little bit right here. And like I said, I would let it just pull back at this moment. It did spike up right after I had mentioned that a little bit. I mean, it wasn't too crazy. It jumped up a little, but again, it's getting topped out up here, and it's going to have to pull back. We'll readdress it when it gets back down to the MACD, where it wants to actually set back up. So that's what open door looks like right now. And QMCO was running up today. A computer hardware it was actually looking pretty good right there. And that 20 looks like it wants to meet the 50 and shoot it up. So look at that bad boy. I would be keeping that on your watch list. Look at that guy setting up, and it's pretty low right now in the 827 area. It went down a little bit, it says, in the after hours, and it's sitting on that 50, and it could just have a little setup time, but it is going to get moving right there. And let's just take a quick look and see what the rest of our computer hardware and quantum ones are doing right here. Like RGTI was up today, and I know that IONQ was up as well. Oh, that's IONZ. That's IONQ. That was up today, and we've been looking at that bad boy in QUBT right here. That was trying to get cruising, wasn't really doing a whole bunch. And QBTS was at D-Wave, and that was cruising along. And like I said, that thing likes to run when the quantum ones do. And this Defiance Quantum was running along some more today, and it's in the top. It's been continuing the run up there, and that Z-Space was actually moving today, and maybe that is that bottom. And we were looking at it. If it gets through the 20 and can get curled up this time, I think that's the bottom, and it can roll. It's been a tough. It's kind of new. It opened up, well, it's almost a year year now. It feels like it was just fairly new. But anyway, it's almost a year old in December, and it has struggled to try to run right there. You can see when it first opened, and it's been pulling back. We've been following it for a while. It just popped up on the computer hardware ones, and we threw it on this list. And we look at it ever so often, and it's just been kind of pulling back. But I think that channel's about to switch around, and it could get cruising. So that could be a great opportunity way down here. And let's see, what did it even open at last year? I don't even remember. It 580, and it got up to 3269 right there. So that was one of them computer hardware ones that ran around the first day, and it's been dipping down, and we're watching it in $1.80 land, $1.70. So pretty interesting right there. We've been following that guy, and there you go. And here is our cat right here, and this one was starting to run up and starting to look pretty good. As a matter of fact, Soundhound was looking pretty decent as well to get set up. LGHL, we'll look at the big cats right here. I know this one was getting set up. Just let it pull back a little bit more. We'll look at it tomorrow and see if it's ready, but I just don't think it's ready yet, but it has that look like it's going to get ready to run off that MACD. And JAGX right here had been setting up the other day. It wasn't doing a whole lot today. It even closed flat right there. I looked at this, and it was just kind of hanging out. If you look at the price, 196 to 198, and got down to 193. It was just sitting there just chilling all day in its Jaguar cage, I guess. So that is what that one looked like. And our cheetah right here, CTNT, and that was down a little bit, pulling back. It recently run up. So there you go with our big cats right there. And let's keep on cruising right on through. Our list in UNHC right now is pulling back, I would say, coming out of that top. And I think it's obviously going to be coming back to that 20 right there. Your MACD gets set back up for that next leg up, but definitely had a nice run up, having a little healthy pullback right there. And that's what UNH is doing. And Oscar's pulling back. The healthcare ones are seeming to pull back at the moment right now. So you're getting a little pullback there. ABTC, didn't this join the NASDAQ or something like that today? American Bitcoin, backed by Eric, and Donald Trump joins crowded crypto field or something. I don't know. I thought, didn't they join something? I guess that's what it was. I thought they joined the something else. I have no idea if somebody knows, but anyway, that's ABTC, and it is looking pretty good now that it hit that bottom right there for ABTC. Had been pulling back. Something happened today. I forget what it was. And anyway, that is going to just let it get curled up right there. Make sure it's really popping up. It could even get curled up tomorrow and start running back up there. So we already know that one's going to be a big runner. This time, ABTC, American Bitcoin Corp. The Trump family owns it. So that is going to be a big one right there, guys. So you just keep that one on your list. And PEW is another one that they're involved with on the board. And this is called Grab a Gun Digital. And it's been pulling back a little bit, but it looks like that one's going to get set up. It's not ready just yet. At least it doesn't look like it anyway. It did have some pop-ups last week, I do remember right there. And it is pulling back, and it's going to roll off. It's not coming under the MACD, let's put it that way. So it will roll off right there. We'll look at it tomorrow, see if it's pulling back anymore. And how about that NCPL, Net Capital? That had looked good the other day, just a little bit flat right there. And PSQH is down a little bit. And this one is also getting set up pretty nice. You can see your 20. It's sitting on the 50. Watch for any pullback. But that thing doesn't look bad right there. So there you are with a bunch of the Trump company ones. And how about, remember when we were talking about oil and gas, and it's looking good? There you go with your gush right there, jumping up and looking pretty good, I would say. And we were talking about it the last couple of weeks. I told you I was early. It jumped up the other day and just set up, and we were looking at it last night, and it was looking pretty healthy right there. Even Boyle was looking good. Look at that, guys. And that was up as well, 4.5% right there. And OCGN right now had a little bit of pullback after yesterday's run up. We'll watch it. I don't think it's bad. It's just ran up, and a little healthy pullback is basically all it had. So that is your OCGN, and we are definitely early on the party on that. And BMNR right here is looking really good, as crypto is looking amazing right now. And this thing's going to get cruising, guys. So you might as well just keep an eye on BMNR right there, because that one is definitely going to be a good one. That's for sure. You can see it's getting set up to run, and we'll go through our crypto in a few minutes. And SBET right here, if I typed it in correctly, you would see it was trying to move today. It's trying to get set back up, as you can see, through the MACD. So that one appears that it bottomed out as well. Another Ethereum crypto treasury right there, UPXI right here, little pullback. This is the Solana one, and it is pulling back. I was actually surprised to see it curling down like that, to be honest with you, with Solana looking so good. And you can see the cryptos right there, and look at these things. I mean, they look pretty good. We'll go through it, but UPXI was pulling back some, as you can see, but it will definitely be setting up. And how about that ToneX or TonX or Tone Strategy, whatever it is, TONX, we'll call it that. And it's definitely getting set up now. And we know that we talked to them the other day, and bam, that thing's going to get running. So that's going to be a good chart right there. And FGNX right here is also getting set up. A little bit of pullback right there, but that is getting set up. That's bottoming out right now. And that thing's about to get cruising up, guys. And that has a lot of space. Look at that, 675. That's going to run right up there. So you might want to keep an eye on FGNX, because I like both of them right now. TONX, FGNX, both of them looking pretty good, I must say. And we looking at Neon. It's going to start glowing real soon, guys. Remember I was saying that yesterday. It was up a little bit today, but here comes that big curl up. And take a look at Neon right there. That's definitely getting set up for us. And App, I mean, this thing just keeps running up. Remember I said last night it might run up another $10? There you go. Apple Oven ran up another $10 right there. Might even see it happen again tomorrow, guys. This thing's been a monster on momentum right there. And this one, CoreWeave, was down a little bit, but that is going to get set up. Remember, it's going to end up in a bullish channel. It's still in a bearish one, and it's about to change its course right here. So CoreWeave's going to get turned around. Just let it pull back a little bit right there, and it will get turned back around and cruising. Snapchat's looking good. We've been talking about that, and it was running up a little bit today. And that's going to keep a little momentum right there. And even DoorDash right here isn't looking too bad as it's running up. And that should keep a little momentum as well. So keep an eye on DoorDash. And how about your Circle as well, running up a little bit today? I know it like gapped up because it was pulling back and on the 20 and then ran up there. And Circle is going to jump around towards that 50. So there you go. It's CRCL. And Bitfarms, holy cow, Doge Mama 9 and everybody else that loves this guy, holy cow, that thing ran up. And I saw that red candle yesterday, and then we just saw it this morning. It was like, whoa, that thing's going to run. And it ran, that's for sure. So BITF definitely cruising up there into the top even more, keeping that momentum. Look at that thing. Still doesn't even look like it wants to stop, not with crypto getting ripping. So there is your Bitfarms rolling right along right there, looking good. And ORBS is another one that we're going to be keeping an eye on. I was looking at it. Here it comes to the MACD, so we'll see. When that gets ready, it'll be pretty soon right there. And FedEx right here, they do have earnings coming up. Is it tomorrow sometime? I don't even know. The 18th, not even tomorrow. It's in like 2 days. Is that Thursday? Thursday is their is FedEx's earnings right there. I'm telling you what, it looks pretty good as a setup going into its earnings, I must say. Look at that bad boy. You know, I don't like earnings too much, but that looks good. UPS was up today, and this looks like it's ready to try to crawl up and run up some. So you might want to keep an eye on UPS. It looks real good. I did see that as well today. And let's keep on cruising along with Uber. Uber was down a little bit. It bumped up this morning. It was up first thing this morning. I know that. And let's look at it. There you go. It's still running up a little bit from yesterday. Ran up a little bit more. Did have a little pullback. It's in the 97s, but not looking bad right there. And still setting up for UBER. Good old Uber right there. And how about BTCT, BTC Digital? And here's another one, guys, that can get really cruising right here off the crypto play. So that one you might want to definitely keep an eye on. Good old BTCT, because that thing looks good. And we have run that thing before from right around this range all the way to like 25 plus before. And that BITF and Big Bear were rolling beautiful today. You're not kidding. Doge Mama 9 and the Big Bear was cruising right along. We looked at that last night, said it looked pretty good, and it was blasting off. I think you keep that momentum tomorrow right there is what it looks like to me anyway. So it looks like it could just go right through that. You got that Pac-Man look. It looks like it's about to chomp it and make it go up. But that's what the Big Bear looks like. And that was a good one. And Bit Farm's another great one right there. KOPN, guys. This thing's getting set up. I know Laptop Travel does like this guy. And it is curling up right there. And look at that trying to get rolling. So you might want to keep an eye on Copen and KOPN. And that is looking pretty good, I must say. What am I doing? Spelling the company. There you go. So yeah, that thing's trying to roll right off that MACD. A little healthy pullback yesterday, just jumping around today, but looking pretty good. And OGEN's in a good spot right here as well. Look at this guy. Holy cow. We were looking at it the other day. We were looking at it here. It's been running up the last 2 days. And that should try to continue its momentum right there. So good. Oh, this next one's a good one too. But OGEN, good little cheap one right there. But look at Caterpillar, guys. Remember we were looking at this one, Cat, last night, and that was running up 1%, but setting up to get really good. So I do like the Caterpillars right there, and that machinery, heavy machinery, equipment, and construction and farm and all that good stuff is looking good right now, I must say. And we can even take a look at that sector right now. I know there's not many one page of them. What's that one? I don't even know this one. Hold on, we got to open that real quick. And that thing looks pretty good. AGCO. That one's bottoming out. These ones are getting set up right there. These ones have run up. That looks real good. BNC. Here's your Caterpillar, and that's running up right there. And this one's going to get set up right there. Let's see. There's some more. That one was going to get set up. Holy cow. There's a lot of them in here. Wow. Skag. What's that? Holy cow. There's a lot of them way down here that catching my eye. Ugro. We looked at that not long ago. That one just bottoming out right there. AEBI right here. Seems like a new one in July, and we might want to keep an eye on that thing. Holy cow, look at that setup, guys. Wow, that's a beauty. I got to write that one down. AEBI. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not saying it's going to run exactly tomorrow, but you might want to be in that one when it starts moving because, whoa, that one. And they pay a dividend as well. Look at that. 0.025 cents. Michael Anthony would be super excited. I looked at one with a dividend. But that one looks like it wants to get out of the basement and run, and it's in the right industry right now to do it. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. AEBI. All right. And let's see. BNC right here. That's got a little bit of time to set up, so we can keep an eye on that one. I'll look back. But the Skag right here, let's see what they're up to. That's a China one, and it was sitting on that trend line right there on the MACD coming down. That one could get set up too. That one's not looking too bad right there. And that is SCAG. And let's just look at it again right there. Yeah, that thing, it ran up not long ago, September 5th, and now it's trying to get rolling again. So there's another one right there in that industry. So yeah, Caterpillar looking good today, as you can see. And we were talking about that last night. Added that to the list for you guys. And RTX right here, I had on the list. It was up a little right there. It's getting to be in the right channel. I don't know if it's going to get through tomorrow, but it is going to get set up, so you can keep an eye on that. This one was running up for you. I gave you last night. GE, this aerospace and defense. Remember, I was saying aerospace and defense is pretty set up right now. And I was looking at a bunch of them today. There are a bunch of them set up, but this thing's not looking bad. It was still running up there in the after hours. And that DFEN right here was up a little too. And that thing looks like it could run up some more. So that's some aerospace and defense. There were some other ones. LMT right here. That was up a little bit. And Huntington Ingalls was up a hair. And Northrop Grumman was running as well. So there you go with a few of the aerospace and defense ones. And yeah, they don't look too bad, I must say. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. You know that. And let's see what else is going on. Our big bear, we were looking at that. That's running up. Looks pretty healthy for tomorrow, I must say. So I would be keeping an eye on the BBAI right there at ASTS at AST Space Mobile. That's getting set up, guys, and we'll watch this thing real quick and see when it wants to get cruising. You can see it might pull back at the moment, but let that 20 come down. It doesn't want to run up to it, so we'll give that one some time right there. And that will be a good one. Oh, this one's looking good. Clorox right here, CLX. This thing's getting set up as well. This caught my attention today. CLX, and that thing, look at that bad boy. And Clorox looks pretty good to clean up. So might want to keep an eye on the old CLX Clorox. I didn't even know that was their stock ticker until I saw it there. But that's also getting set up to blast off. So that's a pretty good one to keep our eye on. CLX and Abbott, that one we were looking at before. And I remember I had that little dip, and I said it could be a dip and rip. Boom, there you go. Now it's going to start taking off right there. ABT, Abbott Laboratories, and that's a medical device one. And that's not looking bad. This one's looking really good too for tomorrow, guys. Wheeler right here, Wheeler Real Estate. And it was up a little bit today, but it looks like it might keep that momentum right there. It's in that channel for WHLR. So Wheeler looking really healthy right there. And we'll keep an eye on that one for a little momentum. And MNPR right here is at Monopar, or whatever the heck it's called. And that thing is running up there as well. And let me type it in here. We'll look at the setup, MNPR. And there we go right there. Look at that thing running up, getting into the top. So you may see it run up a little bit more in the top. So there you are with MNPR. So that was a good one today, and it's been running up there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. And let's see, we looked at TONX and FGNX. They both look good. Holo setting up right here as Bitcoin is running up, and they're another one that's involved with Bitcoin. And look at this thing. It looks like it wants to blast off again. So we'll let Holo gets cruising along, and we'll take a look at that one as it's running up. You can see that 20's coming up to push it along. So that one should run, guys. So you might want to be watching Holo right there. Marriott, remember we were talking about this guy the other day and last week. Well, I'm generally a little early, but here we go. We were catching them run-ups and them dips right there. And I think Marriott's getting ready to set up. You can see that cruising through. Has a little resistance right there. It gets to that 270 area. It's going to get moving. So, and you know it will sooner than later. He looks pretty good right there to try to run up over to 50 right now. Gets over that 268. It'll get right to that 270 and be pretty good shape. So there is MAR, good old Marriott. And that isn't looking bad. And SBAC right here. That one was trying to curl up, as you can see. Look at this bad boy trying to rock and roll, making a base right there. SBAC off the bottom. And that thing, SBA Communications. So grabbed my attention as well. Not even sure what they do. A specialty one in real estate. It is, but it is looking pretty good, I must say. And we looked at RBNE and TMDE. We didn't look at that one. Hold on. Let's see. There's like a little gnat that was just flying around. I'm like, what is that thing? Anyway, RBNE, let's see. Like I said, this thing's going to get set up right there. And TMDE is getting set up as well. So definitely be keeping an eye on them. The oil and gas ones are looking good. And Hershey right here. Remember we were looking at this last week? That's ran up pretty big right there. So we were really early on Hershey. And there you go. HSY is looking good. So there you are with that one, HSY, Hershey. And their chocolate's pretty good at the moment. I don't drink it anymore. I used to drink a ton of Hershey, and I should just invest in the company now instead of invested in the product. It might be a good idea. HTLD, Heartland Express. Look at that thing sitting in the right spot, guys. And I just found a couple that were looking pretty good for you. And I think HTLD could fit the bill right there because that thing looks good. And let me see. I think I put Clorox on there twice. That's how much I liked it. And again, it looks pretty good right there, I must say. It will start to clean up. And Plug right here is looking really good to plug away tomorrow as well. It was running up there today, but it looks like it wants to continue on that look. So keep an eye on PLUG right there. That's another one looking pretty good. So I do like PLUG, and this next one looks like it could be a runner tomorrow as well as running up today. And look at that thing curling up. AIHS right there, guys. I would keep an eye on this one, AIHS, because it is looking real good. I can't seem to type for some reason, but here we go, AIHS. And yeah, look at that thing getting set up. Maybe a little healthy pullback tomorrow. I don't even think it will, guys. I think that one could get cruising right there. So definitely want to have that on your list tomorrow and be watching for that one. And let's see what's going on. Since it's Tuesday, I figured we'd throw Taco on here, make it a Taco Tuesday. And this thing, this shell company, go figure, it's a shell company for taco. It's a taco shell company right here. And it's called Berto Acquisition on a Taco Tuesday. And look at this guy, curling up off the bottom right there. So it's fairly new. It just started open. It opened up in June 5th. It would have been better if it would have like done it like Cinco de Mayo. But anyway, it missed it by a month, I think, right? May, June, yeah, missed it by a month. It should have opened up a month earlier. It would have been perfect for Taco. But Taco looks pretty good with that 20 coming down. So keep your eye on this Taco right here. It could be a tasty one coming up. And SPRC is running up today and running up in the after hours. And there you go with this one. It was running up just a tad bit today and then popped up there in the after hours. So that one was cruising. And we already looked at SISI, and that thing was popped up in the after hours as well. That was looking pretty good, I must say. And let's see what else is going on right here. We looked at that REBN. That was looking real nice. And how about NIO right here? That one's running up the car manufacturer. This is a China one right there. And that is looking pretty good. So keep your eye on NIO and XPEV. This one is nice right here. XPEV, another auto manufacturer. And these things are curling up right there. And what about Toyota Motor right here? That was up $1.50. And that thing looks like it wants to get cruising and fly up. So good old TM looks like it's in good shape right there. Lulu right here, if I do it the right way, Lulu, Lulu, and that's starting to curl up. Remember, it took that big old dip right there, and maybe it doesn't even get through the MACD, but it's coming out of the basement, and we know that they'll curl up, and they'll run up a little bit so you can play the trade on Lulu right there. And let's take a look. Let's see what Adobe is up to right here. And that one was wrong. Oh, Adobe's looking really good to get cruising real soon as well. So you definitely be keeping an eye on ADBE. I like that one right there as well. And let's see, ASML. This one was running up this morning. Wasn't it popped up yesterday? And then it was running up some more today. Yes, it was. And there you go at ASML. And it's in the top, guys. And that one could stay in there for a little while. ASML, it looks like it's, we've seen it before where it has that look and then it just blasts right off anyway. So ASML, not too bad as it's running up right there. UPS, we looked at. Oracle right here is curling back up and looks like it wants to try to run back up there, Michael Anthony. So we'll see if they really do have some major pullback, but at the moment, it's not looking like it wants to. UXRP, what is that one right there? Oh, that's a Ripple ETF, and I'm sure that one's going to get ripping, guys, because Ripple's going to get moving, and that's fairly new. They just opened that bad boy in July 15th. So, yeah, that one's getting really right there's your resistance at 34.89, and you're right around there to jump over it and get moving. And like I said, crypto is about to get rolling, guys. That is for sure. And let's see what else is going on with NFE. And let's go and check it out. That one's in a good spot, rolling up right there. Looks like it's running up a little bit more in the after hours. And that thing looks pretty good for some momentum. So there you go, guys. What a list right there. And that's not even the whole show list. That's just like some that we go through and a bunch that I kind of threw on there that are setting up looking good, a whole lot of them. And now we'll go through the laptop travel list. And we'll skip around a little bit. There's a lot of them. I did post them all out. You can check them all out. There's a ton of great ones on there as well. So I would say just look at all the ones, I'll let you know, but we'll go through a bunch of them that are looking real good. And what a laptop travel post right there. Tis the night before the FOMC. What will Powell do as Donald Trump sleeps with visions of lowered U.S. debt dance in his head? And yeah, look at that with the Grinch. That's pretty funny right there. I'll definitely repost that for you. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be Christmas. That is the truth right there, because Trump's administration, we've known from the get go, they just want these rates lowered so that they can go ahead and do what they need to do towards the midterms and like really lock it in there with the economy and everything else. And yeah, so they're finally starting to get their rate cuts, and he had to make the markets rip to like their all-time highs to get there. And I've been saying for how many months now, guys, the rates should have been cut a while ago. So it's been a political game, obviously, but we won't even get into it now. The rates are getting cut tomorrow. It's rate cut day tomorrow, guys. It's going to be party day in the markets. And there you are. And how about that TURB? I know Laptop Travel and Ben were all over that today during the show. And Chow is a new IPO running up there today as well. And that FGI was on the morning list right there, the 4 a.m. Warrior list, and Laptop Travel had that one. We were looking at that Conifer last night, and let's see what else is going on real quick. Anything else? Canopy Growth right there was jumping up. Like I said, Tilray wasn't looking bad last night as we were looking at things, and it was just getting set up, but the cannabis stocks are moving. MSOS looks pretty good right there too, trying to cruise back up. So there you go with them bad boys. And here we go with our Laptop Travel list. So we will cruise right through and see what's going on with AQMS. And these first few are beauties right here. It was running up a little bit, and it looks like it wants to get through that 50 right there. So AQMS Aqua Metals, we had looked at that a few times before. ARBB right here is ARBIOT group or something like that. And let's see what's up, because it's in that channel. And look at that thing rolling up, and looks like it wants to continue to cruise up there. So definitely watch that to try to run up to the 50 and possibly even get through it for ARBB. And AYTU, that was setting up last night. We were looking at it, and it jumped around today. It looks like it was trying to jump up in the after hours right there. So there you go. And look at that 20 meeting with the 50. So that's going to push it along. And AYTU looking pretty nice right there. BFRI, another one, BioFrontera. And this thing was crawling up 3 cents, up a little more in the after hours, rolling up. Nice fish hook, hitting the MACD right on the 20. And in a great spot right there. Is looking good. The next few look good too. I'll just jump around. DFSC right here. Let's see what that's up to. That's an aerospace and defense one. And look at that bad boy getting set up. So there you go with DFSC. Let's look at it over here. And yeah, look at that thing getting into that channel. So you'll be early for that party. FATB. Now, hold on. I got to do it over here. FATB. And then they have this BP. This one looks good right here. I don't know what the heck it is. Maybe you can explain it. Laptop Travel, post it up, and I'll repost it or talk about it. Fat Brands, it's FATBP, and it's a Series B cumulative preferred stock. And but yeah, they also have, and I don't know what the heck's going on here, because you know how much I follow the information, but this is Fat Brands right here. And I think that there was I don't even remember what the heck it was. Didn't you mention it yesterday or something, Laptop Travel? Kind of remember reading something that you wrote, but not completely. So my brain. But anyway, that is Fat Brands. And yeah, like I said, look, that's an interesting one for sure. And then the next few are really good. I would look at that FPay and a lot of these. That GREE is looking good right here. GREE, that one's curling up right there. Looking real nice. HCTI Healthcare Triangle, we looked at it last night, said it looked good, and it's still crawling up right there. And that thing's getting set up. So might want to keep an eye on that one. INM, that was on the list last night. That was jumping up today and still looks like it has some life in it. So INM still cruising along. JTAI right here is Jet AI. That's a USA software one or application. Yeah. JTAI. And let's see right here what it's up to. It is trying to curl up, looking pretty good to get into that channel right there. So There you go with that marker right here. Isn't looking bad. Marker Therapeutics. And look at this thing getting set up, guys. Is going to run up on that channel and that support line, and that's going to pop right off. So that looks nice. Onco right now looking pretty good. Ran up today. It does look like it wants to continue up some. It's hitting the 50. Even if it pulls back, it'll be a good opportunity right there. And let's see what else is going on. I'll just jump down a few. YCBB. No, that one was YHC, this one right here, LQR House. Look at this thing getting set up. It was up a little bit right there. And check this bad boy out because that one looks pretty good. YHC. So that one looks like it wants to continue up. And how about YSXT? What is that up to? That one spiked up today. That's right. I did look at that one as well. It did spike up, and of course our KOPN, we already looked at it, but it is curling up, and we'll look at it again because it is looking pretty good right there. And there you go with your laptop travel list. So thank you very much, Laptop Travel. That's a great list right there. And a couple that we skipped are also set up, but there's just a lot. Rhyme right here. Let's look at our Joe Lee's jams, and then we'll go through our Spy Mag 7 Big Caps Crypto, see what you guys want to see, and then we'll call it a night and get ready for the excitement tomorrow, which is going to be Fed Day, and it is going to be an exciting one. We should all have like streamers and balloons tied to our chairs because it's like a party tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be fun. And here we go at RYM. Even if the market pulls back, it's still going to be a fun day. And the Fed don't even speak until 2 o'clock. So it's much later right there. So it could be a little bit crazy in the morning. Who knows? We'll see what happens at 7 a.m., even 4 a.m. We'll be up, in the 4 a.m. Warriors will be in the Discord. As usual, hitting 100%ers right there. They run up fast, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Get up and check it out because it's crazy. And FATBT is not a recognized stock ticker symbol associated with the company. Fat Brands, let's see, represents the company's Class A common stock with full voting rights, while the FATBB then denotes its Class B common stock with limited or no voting rights right there. So interesting. So I don't know what the other one was. Let me see. Now I got to go back and look at Fat Brands, because it's interesting. So that one, it does say Fat Brands though. It's FATBP right there. That's what it is. Not BT, it's BP at the end right there. And check that out right there, Laptop Travel, because that thing looks really good. Yeah, that thing right there. And that represents its preferred stock, which typically has priority over common stock and dividends and liquidation, but limited or no voting rights there. So it does have a couple different options. I know like different companies have warrants and stuff, but just when I was clicking it in, there was all kinds of stuff because I also saw the Fat Brands and this and that. And I was like, wow, they got a lot of stuff going on right there. But anyway, just an interesting one if you want to check it out in a couple different ways that you can trade it. So that's what I was kind of pointing out right there. And thank you, Laptop Travel, for clarifying what they even were, because I wasn't even sure. I just knew there was 3 different options to choose, and I obviously know that it was different things like warrants or something like that. One wasn't a warrant because it usually has a W after the stock ticker, but whatever they are, I didn't even know. But I just look at the charts, and if it looks good to me, that's all that matters. And so there you go, guys. Again, we were looking at what was it, the what the heck is it, the cows and stuff right here. I mean, I nailed this stuff perfectly. Remember, I was saying live cattle was coming down. Now it's running up. And remember, I said live lean hogs. You can make some money on this. I mean, literally, I did the cattle charts perfectly, guys. I mean, it doesn't really matter what chart we're looking at. Just give me the damn chart. That's why I don't look at the names of the companies or anything for the most part. We do on the show. It's more interesting and it's fun, and people do have fundamental information, but I have zero fundamental information about anything on these things. I'm lucky that I can even read the information. But anyway, let's get cruising through and see what our rest of our Joe Lee's jams are doing, because I just kind of stopped doing them right after rhyme. We got into a different rhythm right there, right? Is it rhyme? Rhythm, that's it. We got into a different rhythm and started to go a different way. But here goes Blink charging, just a little hangout today. It's at the top, though. It's an interesting one if it wants to actually curl into the top. You can't really tell. Sezzle was pulling back a hair Nothing too bad right there. Sterling was pulling back, though. I did see that one, but it's up at the top. We'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. And how about Rivian running up? And this one does look good as well. So keep an eye on Rivian. It looks like it wants to keep that momentum. And then auto manufacturers, I guess something's going on over in the auto industry. And Symbotic not looking bad. And we'll get running up there relatively soon. How about Nike pulling back a hair? And your DXYZ is going to get set up, guys. It just has a little more time right there, and it will be a good one. So there you go. And Luis Rodriguez said, remember, pigs get fat and the hogs get taken out to slaughter. So that is the truth. And so yeah, that's why I like to look at them all to see who's going to get taken out to get slaughtered right there. And the lean hogs, they were way down, cruising up, and like I said, something's going on with the cattle or the meat prices, and I guess all the prices are absurd. So anyway, it's crazy nowadays. Everything's crazy, that's for sure. But let's go ahead and look at our crazy market, our SPY, Mag 7, big caps, all them guys, and then see what you guys want to look at, of course. And we'll go through the market. And here we are with our SPY, and it was pulled back. I mean, wasn't it up at one point today? I know it was. It had to have been 661.47. It got up to 661.78, so it was up a little bit there. And then it did pull back some. It's at 660, and it looks like it does want to pull back. We've been saying, I think it's a sell the news event and then get set back up to really run up there, because the only reason why I say that is because I do think the 0.25 is already priced in, and we kind of know it already is. But what's Powell going to say about the future? And that's where it's going to be interesting, guys. And I don't even think the market knows what to even expect. Sometimes you get that kind of look, and the market could easily just go bloop right into the top and get cruising. And we do know Powell is going to be saying that he's going back-to-back months. I mean, look at that October right now. If he doesn't go back-to-back months, that would be insane right there with that look. So I would say September and October, you're getting a 0.25. Does he continue into November and December? That would be wild, and that would be a crazy market right there. Nice reaction. So it will be interesting. And again, that's what I think is the most important thing for tomorrow's big party day. And it is rate cut day there. And it is to all eyes on Powell at 2 o'clock. So you'll be able to enjoy your morning, enjoy your lunch, have a nice lunch, and then let's get ready for some cake at 2 o'clock when Powell speaks. So will be an interesting one. And here we go, Apple right here, AAPL, and that thing is curling up today. I don't know. We'll get through right there. I'm not so sure. I'd be careful at the moment. Again, it's all going to be that reaction tomorrow, but Amazon just looks good right there for whatever reason. I don't know why, but Amazon looks like it wants to blast through. Maybe it gets knocked down a little bit, but it does look like it wants to go. And how about our Google? It was just bouncing around at that top. I think you could see some pullback on Google right there. And it gets set back up. So keep an eye on Google to pull back a little, is what it looks like anyway. Meta is looking pretty good right there to run up, and we'll see. And I think there's like a deal already done with TikTok, or not done, but isn't there somebody like China's willing to sell TikTok? I don't even know what the whole story is. Somebody, you guys know. You know, I don't really know all that stuff. But anyway, something's going on with TikTok in China and a deal and one of the companies. I don't know if it's going to be Meta. Is it going to be Oracle right here? Who's going to own TikTok? It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And we'll see who owns it. Will it be Microsoft? That was pulling back today, but still set up really nice. And I doubt it'll be NVIDIA, but that's also getting set up really nice right now, guys. So, and we already know what Tesla's been doing. So there you are with your Mag 7. And Tesla honestly doesn't look bad right there in the top to try to spike up. But again, you have to take some profits off, because you do have a crazy week coming up with the Fed speaking, and you have quad witching day on Friday, which you know they tend to like to pull back on quad witching day so that people can't exercise and not exercise, but sell off on the options when they all expire at one shot. They like to have the market pull back. It's quite amazing that it always happens that way. It seems to always happen like that anyway. And here we go with AMC, guys, and something's going on here. As you can see, that's a beautiful chart setting up. So you might want to be watching good old AMC, because I don't know what the heck's happening with that. Something's going on at GameStop, because that one's running up. we can come back to GM. But look at GameStop right there getting into the top, and it looks like it wants to continue up there. So definitely watch that one. I will look at GM since I clicked on it real quick and then gave you the blue screen with it. Let's see. That one looks like it's actually pulling back right there. I was curious because the auto manufacturers were setting up right there. We'll see if it can actually turn around, but it doesn't appear like it wants to at the moment. That's why I was interested. And let's see what Chewy is up to, because that's running up 1, 2, 3 right there, $1.23, and looks good to continue its way up. Unity was kind of hitting that top right there. We'll see. I think it gets rolling up there. It might have a little healthy pullback, but Unity does not look bad either. And Netflix right here pulling back a little bit. It might have bottomed out. I don't know. It could level down a little bit right there. And we'll be watching Netflix right there. And we'll keep an eye on it throughout the next day or two. We always keep an eye on it. And here's our semiconductors right here, AVGO. Remember, these were all run up there. It looks like it's trying to pull out the top, and I could see it being a sell the news right here. So sell the rate cut event, and things get pulled back to get set back up. I could definitely see it happening. MU still trying to run up there, but it is in the top. It's way up there. And TSM is at its all-time highs and running up today. It couldn't get into the top, though. So that's an interesting one. It looks like it would rather pull back. SMCI getting set up. I'll tell you what, Dell does not look bad right there, Mr. Kramer. So I'll have to give you that. And SMCI just getting set up. So I will. We've been going through them each day, and again, the day he said it, SMCI blasted off the next day. AMD getting set up right there. Maybe it's not getting through that MACD right there. Definitely getting set up. Maybe you get a little more pullback coming in to like 157. And I do think that the market conditions tomorrow and the reaction will dictate all these. QCOM looking really good, though. I'll tell you that. That was up today, and it looks like it wants to continue its way up there. So you can watch that one in the morning. And how about Snow pulling back all the way to that support line and could go down a little more. So I was surprised to see Snow really dipping down hard and coming down hard. PayPal just kind of hanging out, making a base. And we'll see if PayPal can get set up right there and get cruising. It will get set up. It's just a matter of how long. And Intel looking a little better. And again, the government has a stake in this, so I guess they're going to make it run. And we already mentioned Dell was looking pretty good right there to get set up. IBM not bad as well. And here you go. It's going to roll back up right there. And Palantir, PLTR, that one a little bit of pullback, and this thing's going to get set up. You can see that 20 is going to swing up and grab it, I'm sure. So not looking bad there. And even Sophie had a little bit of pullback right there today. Saw that. Nothing too bad. Mara and Riot, they're running up. They're looking good. Look at Mara right there, looking really good. And how about Riot? That's looking pretty good as well. And even CleanSpark was up quite a bit today. And look at that chart right there. So CleanSpark looks like it wants to run. And again, crypto looking really good, guys. So definitely be keeping an eye on crypto because it is getting set up with rates coming, getting cut tomorrow. So there you go with your crypto miners right there, the Mara and Riot and CleanSpark, and obviously we'll look at MicroStrategy, and that thing is getting set up to run, guys. So MicroStrategy wants to hear no parts of ABTC becoming some big wig Bitcoin holder. I think MicroStrategy is just. I don't think all these companies can do what Sayer's done just because he was so early to the party. Now, are they all popping these Ethereum and all these treasury ones? Of course they are. They're all popping because crypto's getting rolling, but I think you still have to have a normal company that runs and makes products, and then you keep this crypto in the background, and you can use it as investments in R&D and making your company better. That may be the angle that these companies should take. I don't know exactly what their ideas are, but they all think they're just going to, I guess, sit back and make money off of crypto. I'm not sure what their ideas are, to be completely honest with you. But anyway, that is what MicroStrategy looks like, and it is looking pretty good as we're going into the rate cut, and crypto is going to get rolling. Robinhood right here also not looking bad today, and even Coinbase was not looking bad as well. And Bull right here still not just set up. It's just kind of flopping around. Space is going to get set up. It was just sitting right there, but that's going to be a good one. And how about Boeing right here is still dipping down. That aerospace and defense one still pulling back a little bit. DJT, and that one is getting set up. We already knew that. This thing's going to get ready to run. And I don't know. Like I said, the rate cuts, it just seems like everything's all crazy. And yeah, they're making passive income from staking the crypto in most cases. They certainly are with like 3 or 4%, and they have like $5+ million in it. So definitely, and that's what I'm saying. But if they take that and they use it towards the company and do well with it, it'll be very valuable for their companies. Obviously it'll be another income source, but if you have a good company with good products and then you do that, then you're really going to charge ahead right there. So that's what I'm trying to say. And fun right here is going to get fun. McDonald's had been pulling back. It looks like it bottomed out there yesterday, so that should be all right. And Disney's still caught up in all this entertainment craziness. Oxy and ExxonMobil we looked at earlier, and both of them up, and both of them look like they want to keep that momentum right there. And again, oil and gas, we've been talking about it, looking good, setting up, and bam, there you are. And there you go with our SPY Mag 7 and all them guys. And let's go ahead and look at our crypto right there. And it does say 116 and 451 third or 4. Yep, it's right there. I was just looking to see. I'm telling you, the stock cube is so accurate, guys. The pricing's like perfect now. And there's been a few awesome updates, and you guys know there is a 10% discount if you like that thing. It's Kitco 10 KITCO 10 if you're interested in the stock cube. There you go with a promo code 10% off. And I'm telling you, I always look at it. It's awesome, guys. It's so cool. But anyway, here we go with our Bitcoin, and let's look how cool that is because it's cruising right along. And like we were talking about before, here we go, guys, right before the rates get cut. Bitcoin's getting ready to rock and roll. Ethereum's pulling back just a hair. We'll see if it gets really curled around. And Solana looks like it's just pulling back a hair, but that's getting ready to get curled back around. Ripple's looking pretty good right there to get ripping. I mean, that thing looks real good. And how about your Doge? It's not looking too bad right there, pulling back, but it's not looking bad, I must say. It could get popped up there. How about Cardano right here? And that's not looking bad either. It's just coming down to that 20, and they've been bouncing right off of there. Good old Stellar had the same look, coming down to that 20 as well. And Chainlink, that was the one that was actually pulling back. It was kind of being stable today, but still has that pullback look. Optimism right here is just kind of hanging out on the 20 and getting ready to crawl back up. But Bitcoin looks really good right there. And I'll tell you what else doesn't look bad. Our ETF 500, not looking bad right there tonight. So keep an eye on that as crypto gets revved up and ready to rock and roll. It is at a 562 market cap, and it is, like I said, it's not looking bad. I'm just waiting for the chart to come up, but yeah, not looking bad right there to get back up. And if it gets cruising back up and moving in the right direction, it'll get up in a bullish channel, and then it'll start getting picked up by everything on the algorithms and everywhere else. So there you go with ETF 500. So yeah, that is looking sweet. And oh, that's a great idea. We'll get the developer, the Stock Cube, on the show. Thank you, Laptop Travel. I'll hit him up, and we'll definitely do that because that would be really cool. And he's a really nice guy too. So we'll get him on the show. And, I can talk to him for a while about it. That's for sure. And here we go. I use the product every single day. And let's see what's going on, what you guys want to see. And that is awesome. Mr. Robin there scalping Tesla a few times today. So we are definitely proud of Robin right there and everybody. And how's Sam doing this evening? And you made it on time. And what's my take on ASST? Let's take a look at it right now and see what it's up to. Strive Inc. That they changed their name. Wasn't it something different recently? Anyway, I don't know. Asset entities. That's what I thought. What are they going into the crypto space as well? There you go. 1.5 billion. Wow, they have 1.5 billion. And acquisition of MSTR True North. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is today. But anyway, let's look at it because it took a big dip off of that news for whatever reason. And let's see what it looks like over here. It looks like it's going to continue to dip down a little bit there, Sam. I have to say that. I would almost look for it to come down to the $3 area. I mean, let's see it get through the fours first, but it does. I mean, it's bouncing back up right there a little bit, but it doesn't appear like it wants to bounce off at the moment. You're on that MACD right there. It did cross through. I'll look at it tomorrow. We'll see if it can pull itself up. But it is a heck of a fall down because it went right through the 20 and the 50. So it looks like it has enough weight to pull itself down, is what it looks like to me at the moment. But I'll definitely take a look at it for you, ASST, and we'll check it out first thing in the morning. But yeah, I would assume it wants to pull back a little bit at the moment, is what it looks like to me, unless it can really get popping off of that line right there, pull itself together tomorrow on rate day. So definitely going to be an interesting one. ASST. I didn't even know they changed their name to Strive, and it was Asset Entities just like a week ago, I feel like, but I don't even know when they changed their name. And here we go. Let's see some stock tickers that are running in the after hours. We did talk about that SISI, and that is Shineco right there. And that thing is popping up in the after hours. That's looking good for tomorrow. NFE right here, also jumping up right there. And we were looking at this bad boy, and that looks pretty good to try to keep some momentum. EDUC right here, an educational development. And let's see what they're up to. That's jumping up a little bit, as you can see. And oh, wow, that's like off the charts right there. I'd have to come all the way back there to get to it at 206. So, yeah, that bad boy did jump up pretty significantly. Definitely keep an eye on that. And we already looked at our SPRC, and that was jumping up and looking good in the after hours, I must say. So, there you go with a couple good ones right there. And there you can see that one right there. And let's take a look and see what else is going on. SNPS, fill in the gap. Let's see that one, SNPS. And that's Synapses or whatever. That one is going to fill the gap, huh? Yeah, that's not looking bad right there. SNPS right there. That is looking good. We'll have to jot that down, SNPS, and keep an eye on good old Synapses or Synopsis or whatever the heck it's called right there. And let's see. Luis Rodriguez said ASST could bounce here if it's too high for options. Something's too high for options. So he bought 1,000 shares. Oh, the options are like way too expensive, is what you're saying. And shares at 505 right there, ASST. So there you go. And it just pulled back a little bit more. I don't think it's not going to bounce. I'm just saying you might get a little more pullback right there. I'll look at it first thing in the morning, and we'll take a look and see when it's ready to bounce. It does have an interesting look as it's coming down off of that 2050, breaking right through everything. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. And again, they announced that they appointed somebody and they're doing all kinds of stuff. So it will get set up. We'll just look at it in the morning and see when it looks a little better. And let's look and see what Stub is up to. Is that StubHub? There you go. And that's a new IPO right there coming up. So I didn't even know that it wasn't an IPO already. I thought they were already a traded company, StubHub. So there you go. That's how much I know. That's how much I know about the market, guys. No, I really thought that I assumed it was StubHub, and I thought it already traded. So interesting right there. I didn't even know. And yeah, BITF is a beauty, and it looks like it's going to continue right there. And BBAI, the big bear we were talking about, looking pretty good as well. And we were talking about that fat brands and stuff like that and all them different options right there. And let's see MLGO right now, Deep Soul Diving. How are you doing this evening? And we'll look at that one, MLGO. Micro Algo, I couldn't think of the name. I was trying to think of it there. I could not think of that. Micro Algo right there. It is a China small cap one, MLGO. And let's see. It doesn't look too bad to go right now. And what did it recently reverse split? Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't at $10 before. I know that. We used to look at this bad boy. It reverse split in the middle of July. And it does look pretty healthy to cruise up a little bit right there. So MLGO, I know we've looked at that many of times before, and it can cruise up there. So it is trying to cruise up after reverse split and trying to get set up right now. So like that one there, Deep Soul Diving, SNTG right here. Let's see what this is doing. Centage Holdings. And that one I'd have to. That was that one that already ran up in the after hours. SMTG right here. It was popping up. Yeah, that thing is curling back up. I already saw that thing earlier, and that thing does look pretty good. SMTG. So definitely be keeping an eye on that. UOKA is that UK company, and we've looked at it a bunch of times. It's a lodging thing, and it used to run around like crazy. Remember this thing, guys? We used to look at it all the time, every day. And now let's see what it's up to. It's just hitting some resistance, trying to run around. It does. It runs around a lot, that UOKA. So you will get a lot of spike up, pull back. You can easily find the bottoms and tops on that one and play and trade that one because it does spike around and run around all over the place. And that is your UOKA right there, Deep Soul Diving. And let's see, Hind, HIND, hitting that bottom. I would assume this one's going to be bottoming out right there, HIND. And that one, yeah, I would look at that one for a new a reversal right there. And that one has a lot of room to run in the sixes, huh? So yeah, HIND not looking bad there. And let's see what else is going on here. TTD had been pulling back. What did it even do today? It was pulling back. And we'll see if it wants to level down there again. It did actually today. And we'll watch it tomorrow and see if it actually does get set up right here for TTD. And that is that trade desk one. And it is going to get, it looks like it's trying to right there. And that could be that bottom today, actually. Who was that? Luis Rodriguez. So, yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on TTD right there. Good old trade desk. That had been dipping down pretty good. And let's see, look at what Game just said to analysts. They are walking away from brick and mortar buildings and will do some online, but want to use their cash to leverage digital assets. So there you go. There's not going to be many GameStops left. They're just going to trade crypto, and that's about it. So you know it's going to run up on that news. And I will get the developer on StockCube on here, ANGX right now. What's that up to? Let's see. Angel Studios. Wow, look at that runway up there. And one of these entertainment companies, all these things are all crazy right here. I assume it's going to get, I'd have to look at it probably tomorrow. Let me look at it in the after hours here, ANGX. Yeah, I'd have to look at that thing tomorrow. That's got a crazy look on that one, Laptop Travel. That's your daughter's present tonight for the viewers is ANGX, huh? So you do like that one. And yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. It looks like it's going to try to get set up right there. It's got like some crazy looks on it, that's for sure. I'll jot that one down. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye on ANGX right there. And let's see what else is going on. TNFA, let's take a look and see what that's doing. Well, TNFA right here, TNF Pharmaceuticals. And let's see, that one, I didn't that recently, yeah, reverse split right there. I was going to say, we were just looking at this thing and it reverse split. Does look like it's trying to go back up right there, deleted. I know you've been watching this thing and it does look like it's trying to run up. It's just not running up a whole lot, I'll tell you that. And I'll have to look and see what is even the volume on this. It just doesn't look like it has a whole lot going on just yet. And there you go, 292,000. That's why I don't have a whole lot going on. It's had volume, though. You can see on these big spikes it will. And maybe it will get attractive and get some and start to cruise up there and it'll get some volume on it. But that's what TNFA looks like at the moment. Deleted NASST bid is 503 in the after hours. Oh, that's what you were saying. Luis Rodriguez. I couldn't even think of your name. So it is up in the bids up anyway, and so we won't be able to tell here. But if you go on a platform, you'll be able to see the bids and stuff. So I'll keep an eye on that one. That's for sure. And ANGX is Angel Studios. Class A has completed a business combination with Angel Legacy, becoming its sole stockholder right there. Is anyone holding Buru? Deep Soul Diving wants to know. I am not holding Nubaru right there, but we can look at it. That's for sure. I know it did run up recently. It could have a little pullback and setup right here. As you can see, it's way down at the bottom, and it looks like it's trying to bounce off that MACD and curl up. it just doesn't look that crazy to me, but we'll see if it starts getting picked up. It did have a lot in volume there, 39 million. So we'll see. It did jump up in the after hours. It looks like a little bit. It does say it's at 15. I'll look at Nubaru tomorrow, deep soul diving, and see what Buru does, Buru, and which way it wants to go. And Sam said he averaged down to 511 on ASST today. So there you go. And maybe Laptop Travel can mark some 4 a.m. magic right there. That would be nice, huh? With some ASST, Spurious. And so, yeah, I'll take a look at it in the morning. Like I said, it's just in an interesting spot. So I'll definitely look at that one. And Grab right here, GRAB. Let's see where that one's at. That's been running up there and in the top. Could have a little more momentum on Grab, GRAB, as it's grabbing the top and running up there. So not bad for that one, Luis Rodriguez. No problem. Deleted. And hang tight, Sam. It'll definitely bounce, and I agree on with you right there. It'll definitely bounce. 100%, Sam. I'm not even concerned that it's not. I just think it might have a little more pullback, and it could even pull itself up tomorrow and get set back up. Might not bounce tomorrow, pull itself up off the MACD, and then start to curl. So we'll look at it, and I'll let you know what it wants to do. How about that for ASST? And then maybe we'll all pile into it and drive the volume up for you guys. And then we'll get it cruising because it will be a good opportunity down there. So we'll take a look at that. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on in our market. We did look at our crypto. We even looked at our ETF 500. That's looking good. We just went through all of them and saw what was going on in here. I don't think I missed anything right there. I think we got everything on this side. And all kinds of good stuff going on tonight. Holy cow, a lot of great setups. We just flew through so many of them. And let me just see if I'm missing anything and if there's anything over on the trending side right here. Let's take a look and see what's trending over on the old StockTwits world. Hold on. That's a BBAI Holo. We looked at that. I did say that was going up. Rivian looks good. Couple coins. SISI. I would say we're all over things. FGI. That one's still on there. Laptop Travel from today, and that one, or was that yesterday? It ran up. I don't even remember. These days go by like crazy. That was today when it ran. It doesn't look too bad in the morning. Let me see where it says it's at right here. It does have that 58-cent pullback, like it says. We'll have to look at it in the morning. You might get another little run up. And that TURB, that was a nice one right there. It did pull back a little bit, but that was a sweet call. And that one ran up. So there you go. That's what's trending over there. And let me see. I think we got everything over here. We'll go through and just see if we catch anything. And just put ASST on laptops list, and it'll take off. You got it right there. And here we go. Fed clock is tick-tock right there. We are all saying that. That's for sure. And Asian stock slip as investors await Fed decision. And the stock futures are a little changed as traders await the Fed rate outlook. And Fed on the verge of the first 2025 rate cut. And political interference in this week's Fed decision is the big risk now worrying investors. It's been political the whole time. And what the heck is that one even say right there? Rohan, I can't even read. What does that even say? Can you just tell me? Someone tell me what them letters are. Why isn't it coming up for me? It looks like a U, a G, and a Y. I have no idea what that says. Why can't I read them letters? It's like half cut off. Someone else post a message so I can see Rohan's message there. I don't even know what that says, Rohan. Write another message, somebody, so it bumps that up. There you go. UAV, it says. All right. I really couldn't see it. It was lowercase, and it was like half cut off. It was so weird. I had never seen that happen. Thank you, guys. UAV right there. There you go. UAV. And UAVS, is that what you want? UAVS, I know. Yeah, Eagle Eye. I know that's wasn't that an aerospace and defense one? And maybe not. Maybe it was always a computer hardware one. This one had curled up. I remember we were looking at this thing curl up, and it looked really good, and it came back down, UAVS. It does look a little better now, and it's going to be curling right back up right there for this one, if that's the one you are talking about, Rohan. I just want to make sure. But, yeah, that one you can take a look at. It will be getting set up. How about Kappa? I just saw that one on the chart. Didn't we just see this thing, or on the scanner? I mean, it was just run up there, KAPA. So we can I don't see any news right there. So read out on September 18th. The future is now. I'm not sure what they're up to. Somebody will have to let us know about Kappa, because I scrolled out, I don't see any news, and that's about as far as I get for news. And let's see, Laptop Travel, you put a what is that in your Christmas stock? And a stock cube right there, and AEI right here. And let's see what that one looks good, jumping up there. Looks like it wants to run up into the top a little bit more. And that was on Laptop Travel's list the other day. So there you go with that one running up, AEI. And let's see. Oh, it's Canadian. I don't know if I'll be able to get to that one then. UAV. Yeah, I'm not able to get to that. Sorry. Not on here anyway, Rohan Moore. Sorry about that. I don't know why that they don't give us that. They just don't give me them opportunities, I guess. In the US, I don't know why, but ONDS, let's look at that one. And that one is not looking bad. It was running up recently, coming back down. It could have a little pullback. I'll have to look at that one tomorrow as it's hitting that 20, as you can see. Still has some room right there. It'll probably pull itself back up. UMAC, wasn't that running up today? As a matter of fact, Unusual Machines, and that was running up right there. So not looking bad for UMAC. So that one could continue its way up right now. UMAC and LPTH all working together. There you go. So all three of these guys are working together. LTPH. I don't even know what that is. But let's see. LTPH. No, I'm not sure what they are. And but there you go. And they are all working together. And make sure you do read the newsletter article on Germany and whatever it is. It's like a uranium, I guess. Geranium, that's what it is. And you're going to be hearing a lot more about this, so we'll be checking that out. I'll definitely read that article. Anyone that's not on Laptop Travel's newsletter, check it out. It's really good. China's using geranium bans on exports to hurt the U.S. tech market, kind of retaliation for Trump's bans on AI chip exports. So LightPath and them guys, huh? So we'll be keeping an eye on that. I'll check out that article as well. I didn't get a chance to read it. I did see you did post that bad boy. And there you go, everybody. I'd say that's a pretty fun market review for the night before the rate cut right there. I think I got to everything. Rohan, I can't get to the Canadian one. I'm not sure what that one is. That's LightPath, LPTH. Let's see what it is. LPTH, what they're doing. LightPath Technologies was running up there, huh? Looks like it has a little bit of pullback today, that's for sure. And I would definitely have to look at this one tomorrow, because that one looks pretty wild right there. LPTH. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely looks pretty wild. It could just be a little healthy pullback up there. It's still sticking itself on that support line. It could bounce right back up. Very interesting right there. So efficiency data on September 18th. So there you go. The future is now. And you let us know what the future has in stock. And there you go. That's what it looks like for us. And did I go through these? I don't even know, but we probably already looked at everything. Open Door. That CODX is running up. That's a medical device one. There's your Big Bear. Snapchat looking good. BITF. The Wolf was running up, but pulled back today. TURB we talked about. NIO. Mentioned that one as well. Mara looking good, and Grab. Tesla, American Airlines pulling back right there. And let's see, there's your Warner Brothers. That looks like it's pulling back. DNN is that Denson Mines. It just keeps running up. And NACA was way down right there. So there you go with them guys. And Plug looks real good. Keep your eye on that. Sophie's getting set up. SoundHound looks nice right there. And let's see what else. Rivian's not bad. Intel's running up there. Ford pulling back. Pfizer was pulling back as well. And let me see, that Hive had run up there and pulling back, but BMNR is getting ready to run, and so is Riot's running up there. And let's just see what's going on this side right here. That's TURB, and look at it in the morning. It could try to run up some more right there. And obviously that SISI, we were looking at that already looking pretty good going into tonight. And let's see what else. This thing's trying to get into the top. Where was that thing? I don't even know where it went. Not even sure which one it was. BNGO, what a big dip right there for by Nano. It looks like bingo. I know we've gone over it before. And let's see, what was that? Let me see what else is going on here. Anything else grab my attention? There's your SPRC. That was running up right there. And I think we pretty much covered the entire market, I would have to assume right there. And there you are, LightPath by the dip, Laptop Travel Set, and CDTX on news on September 17th, influenza drug right there. And that is Sedera Therapeutics. And that thing looks like it's going to be pulling back a little bit at the moment. So I'd watch some pullback on CDTX right there. And there you go, everybody. I would say that is a fun market review. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you like the show and be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. And of course, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. I'll be posting the night note in the Discord. Some more great setups. There's some amazing setups going on, guys, and some nice poppers popping off. So that is what I like to do, is find the setups and go to town with them. So that's what we've been doing here and having a good time. PEPG, that pep gen right there, that is running up a little bit, and that could continue to keep some momentum in the morning. That's actually not looking bad at the moment. And yeah, that could look at that in the morning for a little momentum play as well. So there you are, everybody. And of course, we'll be on at 7 a.m. We do the pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And of course, we do this show every Sunday night through Thursday night at 8 p.m. So thank you, everybody. And Michael Anthony in 3, 2, 1, Luis Rodriguez. I was thinking the same thing when the Future Is Now was posting them. I was just waiting for Michael Anthony to pop up with like 5 stock tickers real quick. And that is hilarious that you said that. Deep Soul Diving loved it. And we love Michael Anthony. He's a great entertainer for the show, I have to say. He's entertaining, especially when he said Tesla was going to go back to 250. That was the best. I'm not going to lie. I say it all the time. And the only reason why I really remember it, my wife heard me like lecturing him on that, and she said she was cracking up laughing when I came up. She's like, who are you talking to and telling them that Tesla was not going to 250? She's like, that sounded hilarious. And I was like, this guy Michael Anthony, he's a bright guy, he always gives good stock tickers, but then all of a sudden, out of left field, he just says Tesla's going down to 250. And I was like, what is he talking about? I don't want him going around and saying that in public, because he seems like a good guy, and I just didn't want him to sound crazy. So, and I was saying that night, and like I said, my wife was kind of laughing that I was saying that to him. But Michael Anthony's great. And ADAP was running up today. I think we had this last night on the list or something. We were looking at this bad boy. And there you go. Tesla 500 for Christmas, 800 in 2026. I won't disagree with you on that. Laptop Travel thing looks great. And so yeah, keep stocking up on that. I would say it is going to run, I would think. And there you go, everybody. So thank you again for tuning in. A lot of great setups, I'm telling you, a lot of great ones on the Laptop Travel list as usual. And of course, check us out in the Discord and everything else. And then be sure to check out Laptop Travel's newsletter. That's really good. And everything else we do. So be sure to follow along, and we will be crushing the market. Like I said, tomorrow's party day, guys. So it will be exciting. And J.TV, read Laptop Travel's latest newsletter, the Dow report today on ADAP. So there you go, J.TV. You can check that out. I didn't even see that, but I know we've been talking about it. It was looking pretty good. And there you go. So I would say that's a fun time. We usually do have a good time here on the show, and I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. And I was just waiting for Michael Anthony there. Future Is Now. I thought that was him for sure. But there you are, everyone, in the Discord. Yeah, 11 days straight of 100% plus winners in there, and it's pretty wild. So it's crazy in there, that's for sure. So go ahead, follow along, sign up for the Discord. Any questions, be sure to reach out, hit me up on X. I answer everybody all the time. I always respond. And that is it, guys. So make sure you enjoy your evening, and we will be back at 7 a.m. So be sure to tune in at 7 a.m. and follow along tomorrow for the rate cuts, and we'll go over to Poly Market just as we hop off. And again, this one is the October one. This is September right here. And unless it jumps off a cliff in the morning, you guys know I'll be all over it first thing in the morning. And here goes your October one. You're getting at least a 25% right there, is what it looks like. So, and the future is now is our new Michael Anthony ACRS. And that one, just a little pullback, and it will get set up. It's just not ready yet. It's trying to bottom out there, so you'll have to wait a little bit for ACRS, it looks like. And there you go, guys. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your night. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And one last one as we bounce out, Garden Stage right there. That one had been pumping up there the last few days. I know it ripped up the other day. It still doesn't look bad right there, so I can't say that GSIW looks bad. J.TV, because it looks pretty good to try to continue its way up, and that is a Hong Kong small cap one right there. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for all the input and everything else. I greatly appreciate it. Laptop Travel. The future is now. J. Dot. All kinds of people deep soul diving, and of course Luis Rodriguez and Rohan Moore and Robin and Deleted, and there's so many people. Asian Jolie, Doge Mama 9, Sam as well. And I hope I didn't forget anybody, because everybody's awesome that chimes in, follows along, and also tunes in. So I thank everybody that watches live and also on the replay. So greatly appreciate it, guys. Any questions, like I said, feel free to reach out to me. Hit me up on X. I will respond. And until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when we're checking out the market before rate cuts at 2 p.m. tomorrow is when the Fed speaks. It's going to be party day. So have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night.